Starting at the bottom right is our GSL player. He is starting for the Slayers team. And his ID is...
Slayers Puzzle.
He's up against a pretty good Terran player this time, against a Casper player, starting for Samsung Khan. To the top left, we have him in the blue. It is
Samsung Khan Reality.
And you think about who Puzzle faced in the last few games that he played against Terran. He was not too successful. Of course, the GSTL match that he played against Gumiho was one of those, but he also was playing against Lucifron. It was an online tournament where he lost against the Terran with 2-1. He doesn't play that much against Terran. Most of his games are actually either mirror matchups or games against Zerg.
Yeah, it's been a while for him. He's really known for his play in PvP, I would say. But the last Terran I can remember him facing was in the Team League Finals against Gumiho, where he was defeated.
Yeah,
and
all of them were.
Yeah, he actually, Gumiho just killed everybody. That day was a sad day for anyone who faced him.
Amazing games, though.
Yeah, really nicely done. And, you know, Puzzle looked okay on that match. Not as dominant as other Pro-Rosses, though. Not quite on Parting's level, I would say, right now with that matchup.
Well, right here we have, of course, the cross positions, and for us now the main question is what exactly is Reality going to do? When will he start his gas? Is he going for a bit of a faster gas? Looks like he's just starting his expansion with the 1 barracks into Command Center.
Very likely. The question is, what will Puzzle do? Will he decide to pressure off the 2 base with 4 gateways? Something we saw earlier that kind of has fallen out of style. Going to come in here for the 2nd scout. A little bit unfortunate timing though, because not only is he going to be killed, he will not be able to check the command center. The command center wouldn't have been there by now. And he's going to make it on the high ground. Interesting choice. I did not expect that. On the high ground on this map, it's almost too safe.
The SCV is now in the main base of Puzzle, and he was able to sneak in here. He sees the double gas, which is the most important information for him at this time.
Yeah, this is something that he's going to be really happy that he made his command center on the high ground for, because, you know, on this map you can hold almost anything, even a Void Railin or a Mortal Bust off one base, some sort of crazy build that we might see, but it's going to be really, really easy to hold any sort of pressure on the high ground.
I don't think that Puzzle is going to pull a Genius here.
I don't think so.
I hope so. I mean, Genius was not too happy with this attack that he started, but look at Reality, double commands and immediately going for the 3 bases.
Yeah, that's really risky, and against double gas even, he's going to try to go for this. What is Puzzle about to do? Is he just going to take a Nexus with more gas? It's starting to look more and more that way.
He has the probe now already on the way to the low ground. Just kind of hiding there, I don't know why, because the SCV already spotted it.
The thing is, with this Nexus, he probably thinks, ah, you saw my double gas, you're gonna try to prepare for this, you're gonna expect some sort of fast tech, and he's actually just changing things up and going for the Nexus.
If that's actually his thought process, then it's pretty awesome that Reality is completely countering this.
Exactly, yeah. And in Puzzle, yeah, he's gonna have the extra gas here for tech, for a lot of sentries. There goes the Robo, so you can get that very quickly. But Reality is going to find himself very ahead, like you said. He's a little bit lucky with how things have gone on here with a fast 3rd command center.
Just pretty cool mind games. He sees it and thinks like, okay, well, now that I spotted you, you're probably not going to pull it off. I can defend this even if you do some kind of aggression play. So I'm just going for double orbital, but we'll keep both orbitals in my main base for a while and just not bring them to the low ground. There it is now. Now that the 3rd is basically ready, he moves the 1st one down to the mineral line, starts with the 1st bunker. And of course Puzzle is going for the robotics here so that he can start with the scout, but here comes the scanner from Reality, so he knows exactly what's going on at this point. Has a pretty good look at the gateway count and also at the tech.
Now, Puzzle has not seen anything at all. He was completely denied from scouting, so as far as he knows, Reality could have taken gas. He doesn't have any idea. And this is really unfortunate. That's why he's got to get this Observer out ASAP. He's chrono boosting that. He needs it because without the Observer, without scouting information of the 3rd command center and the timings for attack, for how many barracks he has, he's going to find himself in trouble. Right now he's preparing for possible Hellion aggression. He had units defending it for a dropship because he knew the dropship timing was not hit. Now he's kind of setting up a wall at the top of his ramp. He has no idea what's coming, and this is a very scary position to be in. Now that the Observer's coming across, he's going to feel a lot more comfortable. But,
yeah, but the problem is that Reality is controlling the watchtower, and if he sees the Observer, if he knows about the timing and now just uses a scan, he might be able to deny the scouting completely. Doesn't see it, doesn't see the Observer, and Puzzle is a little bit lucky here.
Yeah. And he's going to see the third command snare, and once you see that, you just get upset. I mean, there's a lot that can be done this late after the commands are being finished. It's not like he's going to be able to add a bunch of gateways and attack him to punish him. If he goes for his own third Nexus, that's one thing he can do, but he hasn't even touched the rocks yet. And even if he gets the third Nexus up, Reality's still going to have that better SCV count, and if Reality sees he has a third Nexus and he takes it for free, wow, he won't even see it.
He did not kill the Observer in the middle of the map, but he's able to spot it at his natural, and then he uses the scan to take it out, and this is of course a horrible situation for Puzzle to be in. He has only half the information, he does not really know what's going on here, and at this point definitely something that will upset him a little bit. And it looks that he's going for some kind of 2-base timing actually. He has a very, very low count on the drones right now, is actually behind Reality, he's still continuing the pro production. But with only 43, he's just able to saturate 2 mineral lines, and usually if you want to aim for a third, you get a higher drone count, a probe count, and then you take your third base and just slide them over.
Yeah, he's added 3 gates. He has no additional probes in production. Well, he makes one more after I say that, but he's definitely going to be very aggressive here. Reality, not a lot of units out, you say. He's going to need more bunkers. I don't think he has realized what's happening.
And there are Immortals in the mix.
Yeah.
And he has 2 Immortals, so these bunkers, especially if he's able to use the force fields correctly, will fall pretty fast. Now the Scouting Factory spotted it. Now Reality knows what's up. He tries to get additional bunkers, but Puzzle is on the move, using Guardian Shield and trying to walk up this ramp. Immediately, of course, the SCV pull. There he is, splits the SCVs, and what is Puzzle going to do? Is he attacking into this? He seems reluctant to do so. He waits for the warp in, but he really needs to attack now.
Yeah, he does, and he's going to go for it now, starting to damage that bunker. Great force fields here. And, oh, wow, Reality is trapped with his SCVs on the outside, the units on the inside, not really able to close the distance and fire all too well. Yeah, the bunker finishes, but it's not going to be around very long with the Immortals firing on it. No repair available.
Once again, the immediate force fields make sure that there's no SCV who is able to repair the bunker. And here comes Puzzle, 92 supply against Reality. He was down to 64. And this is really huge problem for our Terran. We might see the Samsung Khan player die to this attack.
It looks like he is going to, as the medevacs are now out of hit points and out of energy. The Immortals take out the Marauders, and he's not going to be able to hold this attack. If Puzzle wants to bring it up the ramp, he will bring it up the ramp. And there he goes, the Observer with vision on the ramp, taking out those supply depots so quickly. The last of the SCV is on the low ground ball. He has not even moved his orbital.
Reality is still fighting. He has 30 army supply against 36, but he has to lift his expansion at the low ground. He might actually just lose it. If Puzzle's moving in, there's no SCV to repair. He loses the orbital, and this is horrible for him. Of course, he has another one still available, but now he's on 1 mining base. Puzzle is taking his third. He's adding additional attack. This is a great position for Puzzle to be in. He hasn't won just yet, but his lead is gigantic.
Yeah, and now he just drops a force field kind of rudely on his way out. Not very polite. And it wasn't even a good force field. The units would have had to push through there if they wanted to chase. That was so rude.
The orbital, by the way, is it? I think it's moving to, no, it's not moving to the right just yet. Now, here we go, it's being moved to low ground, but the Observer spotted it. And therefore, Puzzle knows exactly what he's up against. He knows that this game is not over just yet, that he still has to fight his opponent, but he is, of course, aware that he has a huge lead, that he just needs some time to complete his tech, to get his army back into the game, and then saturate his third base. All of these things are going to happen within the next few minutes, and then Puzzle is going to hit again.
Puzzle, all he needs to do right now is take his double gas at his third and get double forges to start his upgrades. Right now, Reality has +1, but he cannot afford to get +2 or any additional armor upgrades for his units. And so if Puzzle just continues his upgrades and has that third base economy with the Storm he has, with the charge, he won't even need Colossi ever, really, in this game, unless he really wants them. Reality is basically hanging on a thread right now. He does take out the Observer, but that's a scan he uses, and that really, really hurts his economy while he's now stuck on 2 orbitals.
He's up against a 3-base Protoss player who is ahead in the worker count. He has 65 against 31 Harvesters, And of course, the army supply is also in favor of Puzzle. Reality just trying to make this attack work. He's on 63 army supply against 70. So he didn't invest a lot into SCVs. He was really just trying to get a huge army and hit his opponent, trying to surprise him here. But this just doesn't happen. Puzzle can rely on the next round of warp-ins, and then he will be fine.
He's gonna crush this. He's got storms. Reality is already headed home. Look at that stem. It's desperate. GG.
He was trying to